Hi, I'm Miss Osenton. I know you guys have seen me sitting in the back a little bit. I've just been observing your teacher, Mrs. Clairvaux, so that I can get some tips on teaching science, okay? So I'm gonna take over a lesson today, all right? So today we're gonna learn about the different parts of the plants and what they look like, all right? First, I'm gonna play you guys a video and I want you to listen for 4 specific vocabulary words, okay? Can you repeat them after me? Roots, stem, leaves, and flower. All right, listen for those 4 words while we listen to this video.
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly can help. This sentence is grammatically correct.
There might be a commercial that breaks off in the middle. We're just going to have to wait through that one.
Let's learn the plant parts one by one. First, the parts that help the plant get water, make food, and grow. Okay, so the first plant part we're going to look at today are the roots. Roots have a special job. You see, roots hold the plant in the soil. The soil is the dirt in the ground. Then, roots bring water and nutrients from the soil to the plant. Roots are usually underground, but can be above ground too. Have you ever seen a tree that looks like this, where the roots are above ground? Remember, the roots hold the plant to the soil. Okay, so now we're going to look at the second part of a plant, which are the stems. Now the stems hold the plant up above ground. The stems carry water and food through the plant. Stems are the delivery system of the plant. Roots get water and nutrients from the soil, and the stems carry the water and nutrients throughout the plant. Remember, the stem holds the plant above ground. The next part of the...
All right, so we heard the first 2 terms. I want you guys to turn and talk to your partner about what we just heard and what we learned about those 2 parts, what they look like. You want to have a partner? I'll be your partner. You can have a partner. There you go. All right, come back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Does anybody want to share out what they talked about? Yes.
So, roots hold up the plant, well, the stem holds up the plant, and then the roots give them nutrients and the water.
If you agree, give me a thumbs up. If you have something else to add, give them to yourself. Point to yourself. Anybody have anything else? All right, awesome. All right. What about the other part? Does anybody have anything else to share? He talked about both, but is there anything else? Yes.
The stem is the part that helps it get sunlight, because if it was too low, it couldn't get enough sunlight.
That's true. Yeah. Do you want to share something out real quick?
The roots hold the place. What goes over it, but it could just fall down.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because it's solid in that ground. All right, now we're going to listen for the next 2 terms, okay? Starting a video.
Plant we're going to learn today are leaves. The leaves are on the end of the stems of plants. And this is interesting. Leaves are where plants make most of their food. Leaves take in air, and they use air, water, and sunlight to make food. Remember, leaves are on the end of the stems. Okay, so next, the parts that help the plant make new plants. The next part we're going to look at are flowers. Flowers, like leaves, grow on the end of the stems. Flowers are often the most colorful part of the plant. Okay, now this is awesome. The rich colors of flowers help attract pollinators. That's why they're beautiful. The beauty has a purpose. After getting pollinated, flowers can make seeds and fruit. Do you love fruit? Yes, fruit is awesome. You have flowers to thank for that. Flowers make fruit, so the next time you're eating an amazing piece of fruit, just think to yourself, oh, thank you, flowers. Thank you, flowers.
All right. So we did talk about the last 2, right? So we have all 4. So you guys can go ahead and turn to your partner and talk about the second 2 that we just learned about. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Who wants to share out what they just talked about? Yes.
The flowers give us fruit.
Flowers do give us fruit? Yeah. What about what do flowers look like?
Rich colors and
Rich colors? Yes. Do you want to add something? Yeah, little seeds. Yes.
The leaves give the tree some food.
Mm-hmm. The leaves do give the food. What do the leaves look like? Yes. Forgot? Do you know what the leaves look like? Green? Yeah? Right. Awesome. Okay, so now I need 2 paper passer outers. Do you have like want to help me? And then someone from this side. You want to help me out? Okay. Here you go. You guys are going to give 1 to everybody. When you guys get this, I just want you to wait a minute until I give you further instructions. You can go back to your seat, Bailey. Thank you. everybody get a paper?
Yes.
Yeah. Does anybody not have a paper? No? All right, awesome. Okay. So, you guys are gonna make a little flip book. It's gonna end up looking something like this. This is the one I made, but you guys can make yours look however you want, all right? So we're gonna start at the bottom with the roots, the very first ones that we learned about. So on that bottom section, I just want you guys to first make sure that when you open it, it's gonna go this way, all right? And that the spine is on this side, on the left side. Okay, and then you guys can go ahead and start coloring your roots. I'll give you a few minutes to do that, and then we're gonna write about what they look like. So I'll give you about 2 minutes to color your roots. Just use your crayons for now, you guys. You guys all have crayons at your desk? No? Or do you guys can use markers, that's fine. Just, you only have 2 minutes, so make sure you have enough time.
She said crayons. Put the markers down. Where are your pencil pouches? Yeah, have
There we go. Awesome. Thank you.
if you don't have pencil pouches, you can get some of the crayons. But if you do, use your pencil pouch.
And remember, just focus on the very bottom section. So just this little brown section I have of my roots. That's the first part we're gonna draw. Alright, go ahead and wrap up your drawing of the roots. Make sure you have your pencil out because we're going to write about what they look like now, alright?
So I'm supposed to be cutting them?
Yes, so you guys need scissors now so we can start cutting. Thank you for reminding me. So go ahead and take out your scissors and cut across those black lines that I have. You should only cut 3 lines. Because we're gonna write in it now, so we have to be able to flip it open. Just try your best. As you guys are wrapping up your cutting, who can tell me what the roots look like? Just give me a brief description. Yes. Blanca, is that your name?
Yes.
Yes. What do you think the roots look like? What should we write on the inside section of our roots? What should we write in here? What do you think?
Hold the plant.
That they hold the plant. What about what they look like? Just thinking about what they look like. That they're brown. We can write that they're brown. I'll go ahead and write that they're brown. And you guys can write this down too. Inside of your roots flap on the very bottom there. So I've written that they're brown. Does anybody have anything to add? Yeah, what do you think?
It holds the plant.
Holds the plant in place? You could write that. But if we're focusing on how they look, what else would you write? Yes.
They're like zigzags.
Zigzags? Alright, you can write zigzag. What about that they're underground and above ground? You think we could write that too? Alright, I'll put that on the bottom there. And then once you guys have that written, if you haven't already, go ahead and draw your stem. This little section here. Go ahead and take a few minutes to color that, and then we'll talk about that one. Alright, and what do you guys think we should write about how the stem looks? What does the stem look like? If you're using your eyes, what do you see? Yes. Green? You can write green on the stem. What else can we write about how the stem looks? Yes. Holds up the plant. You can write holds up the plant on this part. It holds the plant above ground. How about that? That's what I'll write. Does anybody have anything to add about what the stem looks like? What else? Any ideas? No? Want to pass? Okay, you can answer the next one about the leaves. Okay, I'm going to call on you. Alrighty, you guys can go ahead and draw your leaves if you haven't already. Go ahead and get started on the leaves. No question? Alright, now we're learning. As you guys finish up your drawings of your leaves, can somebody tell me what the leaves look like? Yes. What do the leaves look like?
The leaves are green.
They are green. You can write that they're green. Do you think they could be any other colors though?
Yes, red.
I'll take quiet hands. Who else thinks that they can be another color? What other colors can they be? Yes. Orange and red? Yeah, you can write those too. What do you think? Brown? Yeah, we can write brown too. And where are the leaves on the flower? Or on the plant? Where are they? Yes, Blanca?
On the bottom of the stem.
On the bottom of the stem. Good job. So we're going to write end of the stem in there too. Awesome. Okay, so if you're done with that, you can go ahead and draw your flower. I'll give you guys a few minutes to finish up your flower. can use whichever colors you want.
I'm just using colors that I like.
Good choice. Alright, I'll give you guys about 10 seconds to wrap up your flowers. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, who can tell me what the flower looks like? Any ideas? Yes.
Colorful petals.
Colorful petals. Nice. Let's write that up here. Does anybody have anything to add? Yes.
Sunflower yellow.
You can be yellow. You're right. You can put yellow on yours. What else? What do you think?
There can be seeds in the middle.
There can be seeds in the middle. You're right. And where on the flower or on the plant is the flower located? Does anybody know where it's located? Do you know?
On the stem.
Top of the stem? You're right. All right. So maybe we'll write top of stem. All right, when you're done writing, I want you to flip your book over, your booklet over, just like this, so I can see the back of it. Do you need to see it still? There you go. Just flip it over when you're done, so that I can see the white side. Go ahead and wrap that up and then flip to the back page. Make sure your name's on the top here. Put your name on the top. And then I want you to number it 1 through 4. Just like how mine looks. When you're done numbering it, I want you to put your hands in the air. So waiting on a few. Finish. Yes?
But I didn't finish the flower.
You didn't finish drawing your flower? Okay, well maybe you'll have more time in a little bit. We gotta get to the end because you guys gotta get to specials. Yep. All right. So make sure you turn your flower over. Make sure you have 1 through 4 written. And you guys are going to answer some quick questions real quick. All right? You guys looking at the screen? Okay. So here's this little paper. Okay, for number 1, I want you guys to tell me which part of the flower this is pointing at. Which part? If you know, I want you to tap your brain and then write which letter you think it is. Next to the number. Next to number 1. So which part this is? It's pointing here. So if you know, Write your answer right here. Quietly think it in your brain. So if you think it's the stem, write A. If you think it's the leaf, put C. If you think it's the flower, put B. If you think it's the roots, put D. All right, and then for number 2, we're gonna go to the point this one's pointing at. And you guys are gonna do that for number 2. So if you think that this is pointing at the stem, put A. If you think it's pointing at the leaf, put C. If you think this is pointing at the flower, put B. If you think it's the roots, put D. And then for number 3, we're looking at this arrow here. It's pointing at these here. If you think that's the stem for number 3, put A. If you think it's the leaves, put C. If you think it's the flower, put B. If you think it's the roots, put D. And then number 4, we're looking at what this one's pointing at. So go ahead and put your letter next to 4 for what you think this one's going to be. And when you're finished, I want you to bring it up to me. Huge. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. You finished? You done? Oh, you need 4? Let me put this back up for y'all. Just stick it on this pile here. Thank you. Yep. You guys can go back and sit down. Thank you. Uh-oh. Didn't ready to run at all? Oh, you were at the nurse? That's okay then. You don't have to finish. Thank you though. At least you participated in what you could do. I'm sorry you were at the nurse. Alright, do I have everybody? Am I missing some?
No, Kaylin. Still doing her.
Thank you. So now you guys can accurately point out which part of the flower and what it's called. Awesome job. Thank you guys for listening and being such great listeners today. You guys can find your seats. Thank you. Do I have everybody's? Yes. I just had it.